You tried to run. It was a bad choice. That finds you wherever you go, you know. It's our job. Don't take any of this personal, but move your ass. That's right, over here. I said move it. Boy, you think they're gonna struggle? No, of course not. If they struggle, it's just more pain, you know? You're pretty rough back there. I know it's debt collecting, but you think things are gonna be okay? They always are. It's just another client. Though this one's a little special, I hear. Judging by what everyone's been saying. Looks like you got something big on your shoulders, huh? Sorry about this. It's nothing personal. Yeah, it's never personal. You just tried to run. I told you before that's a bad move. Hey, we're here. You don't need to go rubbing salt in the wound. I told you it's not really their fault, right? We don't know that. They could be as bad as they come. You never know that. Why else would they have a bag on their head? You might have a point. I didn't say for you to fall down. Get your ass up. Oi, get your ass up. We're almost to the destination. Almost. Get in there.
We brought you the client, boss.
Wow, would you look at that? You brought them. Good boy, good boy. Now, let's see. How I wanted to praise you and give you a treat for all this, but it seems like you made a little bit of fumble here. Why is there a scratch on our precious client?
Sorry, boss. They tried to run. Had to rough them up a little.
How is that, sir? You had to rough them up a little. Tell me, when I ordered you to go and bring them to me, when did I tell you to do that? Did I just forget? Am I so forgetful today?
No, boss.
You just... What?
I apologize.
Oh, if only apologies fixed everything, wouldn't the world be lovely? Now, you...
Yes, boss.
Now, since he's been such a bad boy and disobeyed my orders, why don't you take him outside for a little bit of discipline?
Yes, boss. Wait, boss, I can explain. Please, don't do this.
Bye-bye.
Wait, please.
Now, where were we? I'm so sorry that he injured you like that. I never intended for that to happen, but trust me, he'll never lay a finger on you again. Now, let's have a look at you. Oh my. Quite the looker. And thank you for coming by the way. I know it was a bit of a rough entrance, but let me get a better look at you. This is in no way to be rude. But you've certainly gone up the river, haven't you? Darling, don't look at me like that. We may be somewhat of strangers, but you should be thanking your lucky stars it was me you ran into. Relax. There's nothing to worry about. I say that, but if I'm honest, it's only half true. You do have a lot to worry about, don't you? Those debts. Unfortunately, that your parents left you, ran away, destitute, completely irresponsible, ashamed to the word parents. In fact, right now, I almost feel bad that it's my job to rectify those things. You haven't directly made any bad deals, no. You're a victim in all this. But I'd like to make you more than that. No. It's not quite that simple. I'm afraid your savings isn't going to be enough. You do realize I'm not exactly a normal kind of person, right? I work in something much more dangerous than that thought flying through your mind right now. Come on. You can put 2 and 2 together, can't you? What I do isn't virtuous in the slightest. In fact, you might say I'm quite a dangerous man. Hey, don't look so excited about it. I'm kidding, but don't look scared either. What? Can't I be lighthearted about it? It's not like I'm going to hurt you. I'm a little bit better than what you might be imagining, what's flying through your head right now, questioning everything. Don't look at me like that. Darling, this is unfair. And for what it's worth, while I might be a scoundrel, you're not quite as innocent as you think, are you? No offense. If anything, it's a compliment. I think the exceedingly innocent ones, they get old sometimes. Not for the reasons you're thinking, and I'm not some dastardly man who uses people like that. It's just, when I see those subtle changes on your face like that, makes me feel bad that my job at the end of the day is to make sure you somehow pay those back. But before you go getting on me too hard, why I'm doing that is the question. Why do I care when it's my job? You think I'd be hardened to it, right? Why indeed? I don't feel like telling you. And what's wrong with that? Do you have something against secrets? That's rich coming from you. No offense, but I know a secret or two of my own. Not just the one I'm not telling you. There's oh so much I know about you. In fact, if I were to throw a dart at the map, and it just so happened to land on the residence of those closest to you, those you have left in your family, what then? Of course not. I'm not threatening you. Why would I? Do you think I honestly believe you deserve that? Of course not. No, I think you deserve better than that. Better than this fate that's been handed to you on a silver platter filled with poisoned food that you can never eat and always have to look at from afar. Really? You like that one? I do fancy myself a bit of a poet sometimes. No, I'm afraid I have to be honest with you and tell you it's not quite as innocent as that. And I'm not your knight in shining armor. No, honey. If anything, I might be the Demon King of this story. Maybe the dragon, keeping the poor royal in the tower. How does it feel? Knowing your entire life from this point forward is in the palm of my hand. You're not too nervous, are you? Come on, don't be. I told you, I'm not about to play God with your life. If anything, I learned a thing or two about my own sins, my own contracts without an ending in sight, right? You've seen them. The debt collectors, right? They're probably like your best friends at this point, aren't they? Well, we all have our sins crawling up our spine. The things that aren't even always our fault. A sin is a sin, and a debt is a debt. But don't look so glum. I told you, I'm not gonna let you go, no. I'm gonna show you exactly what we can do to fix this. I never said I wouldn't help you. Just like I said I wouldn't hurt you. I think that's much more barbaric, don't you? Well, thankfully, you're far from useless yourself. I happen to learn a few things about you. Well, don't ask how I got the details. And you won't think badly of me. Deal? Good. Was that so hard? Oh, am I too close now? Well, you best be getting used to it. I am quite the tease. And everything I do, believe it or not, has a purpose. One that I hope you'll understand is, at its core, totally innocent and entirely with your best interests in mind. Now the only question when I get this close is, why do you seem so flustered? Even though I ask it, I'll be honest with you, I kinda know the answer. Even though I don't want to spoil the story, let's just say I've read a few pages ahead, just enough to get a read on you. Every word flowing through your mind, every thought racing, and then sometimes going blank for me. How cute. Very cute. What? You did say for me to keep some distance, right? I wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable. And what's more, I think we're going to have to work very closely together as I, for better or worse, now own you. Not like some kind of pet, and far be it from a contract. What do they call it? A contract with your lifeblood as the signature. I despise those. In fact, that's the exact reason why I've gotten so far. Because, for as cordial as I might be with you, everyone who's crossed me is more than 6 feet under, darling. They're at least halfway down to the center of the earth by now, forgotten by history, rewritten because I said so. Don't get too excited yet, unless you've got a thing for dangerous men, in which case, well, I guess I can't slight you for slight bit of anticipation. You've been living with those brutes of debt collectors never having a cent to your name. What if, hypothetically, I came here because I happen to know you have talent in a very particular field. But even you might surprise me. You do seem full of surprises. You're taking this quite well, and between you and me, you are very, very easy on the eyes. So much so, well, I'm just a tad bit tempted to mix business and pleasure. Oh, maybe just a little bit further. Maybe you'd fall for me. You're so cute like that. I cannot get enough of those reactions. No offense, it's just so fun to pick on you a little. Well, don't think of me as one of those bullies you found in school those years back. I'm much more particular. If I bully you, I'll at least make it worth your while. It's better than not, right? Now, you're curious, so come with me. If you don't, well, we all burn bridges and have regrets, but there might be a limit to how many you can burn before there's nothing left. But that sounds so much more dark than it is. I wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is all for you. Why? Why you? Yes, there's millions of people with debts, but not as hilariously high as your father and mother's debt. I know, they might seem like strangers now with what they did to you. But I happen to know the $9.3 billion debt above your head is glaringly obvious. I didn't even know someone could do that. Imagine taking a company that's flourishing and running it so far into the ground, you enter right into hell's fifth circle. That's cold, isn't it? But I digress. You would have been living in the lap of luxury, except for a gambling addiction, by not one, but almost everyone in your family. Haven't you ever wondered what happened to them? Well, I'll give you a hint. They didn't get away with it. No one ever gets away with it. They just think they do. It's cute, isn't it? Like someone running away, thinking they've evaded the police, only to walk right into the trap. Or better yet, the police come right to their home waiting for them, so all of that effort for nothing. That's just how it works sometimes. Life isn't so easy, now is it? Shh. Not like that. I told you, you have friends in high places. Me. That's all you need to worry about. My little interest in you has been for a long time. I've watched you. You didn't know it, but I infiltrated almost every single part of your life. No offense, but I kind of needed to. I needed to figure out why, when, where, how. And in the process, I guess you could say something changed. Something I saw that I couldn't predict. Me. Yes, me. The god of the underworld, if I do say so myself. Someone ambitious enough to be at the very top, but lets others sit there on that pretty little throne just to watch them take the fall for me. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, do you? You see, a throne built upon a house of cards is still just one little flick away from tumbling down. You might seem insignificant to the trillions that go through the underworld, but you might have a bigger role to play than you think. Darling, I want to see it. When you're faced with opportunity for what might be the first time in that miserable little life you've led, I want to see that expression right there. One of concern, curiosity, and ambition mixed into one sweet little look. I want you to look at me with that. I want to see it. All the faces you can make. Maybe I'm obsessed, but please don't get the wrong idea. All of this is just the tip of the iceberg. I didn't do all of this. Don't mind the bodies. That's a little disagreement. They'll disappear like that. You see, it pays to have money in certain people's pockets. Yes, carry on. See, they don't bat an eyelash like you and I are invisible to the world of crime, the world of justice. Every last single solitary thought in their minds, knowing better than to even look at us twice. Do you see that desperation in their eyes to not pretend, but believe in their heart of hearts that you and I don't even exist? We are invisible for all the reasons, like a superpower in a comic book. Isn't it beautiful? That's what you and I have. So long as you stay by my side, that is. Threat or promise? Which will it be? You have to pardon this Kabedon thing. I like when you feel your back against the wall, that chill that sinks down your spine like fangs into your neck. The feeling of you anticipating me, ravaging your mind, your soul, your very heart, of everything you hold dear, of those things that let you cling still to that hope that things can go well even now. And trust me, I want you to succeed more than anyone in this world. I can't explain why, because even if I did, you wouldn't understand it. But I'm shaking, positively enamored with every little thing you do. And for better or worse, it's all your fault. Like a ripple of a butterfly's wings, changing the face of the earth. The same thing you did, without ever knowing it. A forgettable memory from so long ago. You made this happen. Whether it was intentional and I just can't see it, whether you're smarter than I thought you were, which is saying something, or whether all of this is just a happenstance of fate, I don't care. The one that cares and thinks about everything 10 chess steps, 100, 1,000,000 chess steps ahead of all of the pathetic wishers out there that never do anything with their talent. They waste it. always fixated on others like they are leeches, wishing for the lifeblood of those who they can never be. But you're not like that, are you? No, you're an unfortunate little lamb who has so much potential. Every last bit. Oh, come on. Don't look at me like that. You'll make me sad if you think I'm too intense. Oh, darling. How I've waited to be scorned by you. How I've waited to make that smile twist. I love it. Look at me more, why don't you? Show me more of those adorable expressions so I can savor them, cast them in gold, and never forget every time running it through 1,000 a million times in my dreams. I suppose you could say I have a thing for you. This is far from business, as usual. Well, everyone has their muse, don't they? I would have never believed those words if I hadn't found you. It took so many years. What is it, 10 years since that happened? You, as carefree as can be, before the debts, the fall from grace, all of that falling atop your head. You poor thing. You've been through so much. Come here. It might just be an embrace, but it certainly feels warmer than having no one and nothing as you have, right? You smell so good, you know that? Did you wear this anticipating to meet me, or is it just coincidence? I don't care. It doesn't matter whether you're smarter than me or not, whether you're more talented, because that doesn't matter either. Talent, intelligence, it's all pointless in the face of whatever this is. You're something so special. Welcome to the next chapter of your life, for better or worse. Let's just say the sharks wouldn't dare lay a finger on what's mine. Oh, and make no mistake, you are mine in every way imaginable. If you so agree to all this, that is. Last thing I'd like to do is force something you wouldn't want upon you. No, it's not a threat. Come on. I told you. I care about you. Me. Someone you don't even know exists. Someone who's invisible. Have you seen it? Every shopkeep, every passerby. They pretend we don't exist. They don't dare speak a word under their breath or behind my back. I have eyes everywhere, money everywhere, everything here. They think it belongs to them, only for at a moment's notice. And it's gone. One wrong move, one blink in the wrong way. They don't want to be erased, now do they? Have you heard the news? That person right there went missing. And why do you think that is? Oh, I wouldn't want to claim something like that, but someone as creepy and as sinful as that. Isn't it a shame they were caught doing all that and then, boop, they disappeared. Every bit as mysterious as their rise to fame in the blood of innocence. You see, karma is a very real thing, don't you think? No one should be able to get away with a sin so great. It's logical, isn't it? You understand? It's as perfect as the world is imperfect. A balancing act, not just justice, but good and evil, aren't so much as an afterthought. Merely that enough people decided. And I decided to play God, just every now and then. Well, it might have also been how they were your mortal enemy, and secretly one of those who plotted your demise. You remember those loan sharks? They wouldn't have found you if not for that competitor who still held a grudge against your father, taking it out on you when you had nothing to do with it. I mean, how dare they touch someone who matters? In a world of unfeeling money, power, it's empty. No matter how many numbers you put on the end of the one, it's still one. Certainly you understand that. Your debt's been looming over your head, in your veins, ever since you can almost remember. Almost since then. How would you know that it's because of you that I managed to get to where I am? You may think empty words of encouragement, but I think a have telling a have not and doing an unkempt gesture of kindness. I found you after I lost you that day. My dear, you will never know what you did for me. Or maybe you do. It doesn't matter now. Just know, karma is a powerful, all-consuming feeling. It is why I'm standing in front of you today. Sure, I could offer you unkempt goodwill and return the favor, but I hate the idea of it being so simple. Not because I want you to suffer, of course not. I wouldn't dream of that. In fact, every day I've thought how much more I wish to find you to connect the dots of a face I could never forget. I didn't find you until now. By pure chance, I admit, I did get a bit obsessed, but you'll forgive me for getting a little excited. In a way, my life's benefactor, or maybe just an obsession that came to mind. Perhaps a sign that I'm too lost to my own ambition, delusions. However you'd like to put it, regardless, you are standing in front of me at the top of the world. This place, this unassuming building, with this regal furniture and this upscale, perfect location where no one can bother us. It's pretty good, right? Even you can admit that. Right, darling? And perhaps even more than that. There's one thing that's been bothering me this whole time. Why didn't you give up? I keep thinking that. Don't get me wrong, I'm stupendously glad you didn't. If I had never met you, then all that effort of conquering of stepping all over those money-hungry, ambitious scoundrels of men, women, everything. Anything in between didn't matter. I stomped on their dreams. I committed sins that are unspeakable, just to make them lose hope, to watch them rise, and only have the sins left as the mind fleets, breaks like a mirror, until there's nothing left of them resembling the great person that they were. It's been such a journey, and it's all thanks to you. That first step, that dying breath I would have taken. You prevented it. Now, whether it was full thought, you saw the potential in me somehow, I don't know. Regardless of what it was, I'm thankful for it in every way. You are so incredibly talented, so incredibly enamoring. That potential practically crawling all over you. I want to taste it. I want to feel it. Oh, yes. Perhaps I am being a bit too much. But you'd be a liar to say you truly didn't like that I'm going to save you, right? Well, I have to offer you the same thing you offered me, at least in a sense. But my selfishness won't let me. That's why instead, please pardon me, but won't you be mine? From now on, I wish to trust you with everything. I want you to have the same opportunity that your parents squabbled away. I want you to be able to have everything back that was stolen from you. No more debts. But I also think if I just offered it to you, would it not corrupt your very soul, having everything handed to you? Would you even appreciate it? No. Is that really my concern? Is it really for your well-being? Or is it because I want you to feel something towards me? I want you to be obsessed with me, as shameless as it is. Is that wrong, I wonder? Is what I want to have you and only you by my side, the only one fit to watch it all go as it does, to be invisible or seen. And trust me, I will never forsake you. I will never let you go. Even the thought of it, even so much as a doubt, is a sin I would never commit. Come on, it's not so bad. I offer you the opportunity, although it's not enough for you to make everything go away, but if you want the easy way, then give me everything of you. Let me have the one thing in the world I've never been able to, I could never have without you giving it. Won't you? No, don't get the wrong idea. I told you. I want you to be mine. The implications. Perhaps it is like signing your life away to a debt collector. Maybe I'm no different than the sharks. Just a bigger one, more dangerous. A megalodon to the surf sharks that could barely even leave a bite. Honey, I could devour you whole. I could eat every last morsel of who you are. and I would enjoy it no less than anyone else. I think I would like to have it. Every last thought, every last feeling you can feel. But it's meaningless unless you want to be here. Unless you want to give me everything. I know you've spent your entire life giving of things being taken from you. And I think it's a crying shame. But I'm afraid. As much as I love you having a choice, free will, to do any mistake or choice you might have in mind, I just can't help it. There's no one who could treat you better than me. There's no one who deserves to make you happy more than me. In some ways, I might send chills down your spine. In some ways, I might just whimsically make someone disappear for looking at you funny. I won't lie. I've sinned. I'm a sinner, a filthy, wretched sinner. But then again, you don't seem like you mind that too much. Am I wrong in assuming that some part of that, some aspect that I can't put into words and that you, for the life of you, can't understand? You want to be here with me, don't you? You want to feel it. The feeling of finally not having all those responsibilities, of you being able to melt into someone far too dangerous to be a lover, yet far too obsessed to not be. What do you think? How did I do for first impression? I hope I've at least enamored you. I've definitely made your heart race. I can tell. And you don't seem to mind terribly when I grab you by the waist. Do pardon, may I? Why, thank you. I will take you up on this dance. What kind of dance shall we make it? With the sunlight fading, the sunset on the first chapter of your life, maybe the first few, I will be the entire fucking book. And I'll be damned if I let anyone else ever touch you again. Well, that is, except for me. Would you mind that? I am selfish. I am a scoundrel, I won't lie. Human rights. And, well, kind words lost on me. If only for the fact that I've thrown those away long ago. I'm not some righteous hero. I told you. I'm the worst of the worst of the worst. But the beautiful thing is, you seem to be accepting of that. You seem like somehow, some way, it suits you. I know you're thinking about maybe the things you've done wrong too. And maybe we might just be a perfect match made in hell. As they say, would you rather serve in heaven or rule in hell, my darling? Which will it be? What a lovely, simple answer. Say, I haven't even said my name yet, have I? It's Cattell. And I'll make sure you do more than just say it from now on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Do forgive me. I very much like all the varied expressions I've made you make. Have you enjoyed my company? Dangers aside, does it feel different than the loan sharks? Or does it feel the same, I wonder? I'd like to think of myself as a cut above them by the laurels of my accomplishments, not in the fundamentals. But still, you haven't decided yet, have you? Shall I offer a contract more binding than simply writing it on a piece of paper? Parchment or a tree is useless. Flesh does speak so much louder, doesn't it? I see you're as smitten as I am. How unbelievably perfect. And I hope you know this is just our first meeting. There is so much I have yet to do to you. So much I have yet to show you. Shall I seal this contract? As I do with such things as joyous as this. May I now kiss what's mine? And please, please, don't get it twisted. I would never look at you as a mere object of my affection. No, you're much more than that. I would break so many rules just to have another kiss. Just to hold you, to feel you, to build that obsession like clockwork. I don't even want you to be able to breathe without me. Perhaps I'm so lost to it that I just want you to say my name. Say it. Say it over and over again, like an obsessed cultist worshipping their very twisted god. That's it. Was that so hard? Come on. It's not that bad. And if you think about it, now you can be welcomed so adequately to the rest of your life with me. Welcome. Welcome home. Would you like a meal? A bath? Or maybe... Quite the reaction we have here. Don't you think? If you actually believed it was a joke, would you actually be flustered there? I don't think so. In fact, I would be willing to bet anything that you right now, looking at me that way, you might not know why or how or even when. But something changed, didn't it? Since you were roughed up and brought here. I never paid you back for the injustice done to you. For such bad men daring to scratch such a perfect face. I don't like it at all. The feeling. What are you feeling right now? With those eyes. We should be more honest with each other. After all, we're going to be spending a whole lot more time together. There's a word for it. Skinship. I think that suits it. Wouldn't you like to get to know me more? Don't get swept up now. I wouldn't want you to fall 2 times in one day. Calm down. Or don't. Right now, I think I like the latter. You are so cute like this. Something about you pinned right under me. It just suits you, you know. The feeling of control that you don't have, that you might have never had. It's almost a shame, isn't it? Everything comes tumbling down. But I'm your greatest ally. More than an ally is what I hope to be. You have no idea how many sleepless nights I kept thinking, wondering, hoping that you were still out there somewhere, that you didn't give up, and you didn't. And I'm so proud of you for that. You did lovely, making it this far against the odds. Much, much better than the parents who put you in such a precarious situation in the first place. Now, enough about that. Why don't we get to more intimate business? When I kiss your neck, does your heart flutter for me? I'm more than just someone you met today. I feel like I've met you long, long ago, even before you saved me. Like a connection. Do you believe in maybe reincarnation, the afterlife, something romantic like that? Well, not to burst your bubble, but I think it's more of a figure of speech. Something far better said with actions rather than words. Touch, taste, feel. I want to do more than just smell. How good you smell. Feel how good you feel. Touch how good you touch. Do me a favor, won't you? Never stop being so cute. You made me blush big time there. I enjoy it. I can't lie to you. And you fluster me. I feel the heat in my cheeks right now. Sorry if it's a bit of a shock, but I meant those words, even if some of them are twisted, mangled, messed up. Doesn't really matter, does it? You'd forgive me for that. Would you save me again? If you could go back and change history. If you knew you'd end up in my arms right now. I can't get over it. That expression is too cute on you. Makes my heart flutter in a way I can't even put it into words. So thank you for that. Shall I return the favor more? Maybe I'll make you make an even cuter expression. I know. I'm self-aware of my obsession. I'm aware that I go too far when not thinking about it. But just hearing you breathe, just being in the same moment with you, is intoxicating. It's not the word for it, but you under me. It feels right. Oh, do you think I'm cute too? I certainly hope so. What kind of style do you like? What kind of guy would you love forever? Because I'll be 10 times that man. Maybe I'll be 100 times, 1,000,000 times. Whatever it takes to make that heart flutter even a little bit more. No, trust me. I've done all of this with you in mind. I just can't spoil you. Not yet. That comes later, don't you think? Is this all going by too fast? No, if you don't regret it, I certainly don't, even slightly. Come on, show me. Oh, those lovely expressions only you will ever show me, ever again. Too possessive? I think not. Come on now. I did say earlier, I do so enjoy you with your back to the wall, but maybe I'm getting too full of myself, huh? Maybe craving inch by inch, slight touches of wrapped hand around your waist, eyes that gaze into you like you're my lifeblood, like I would die if you weren't breathing. Maybe that's just how I am. Ruby, I like it better that way, and I want you to like it better that way too. Oh, don't look so surprised. You make me feel. No one makes me feel. That's why it could only ever be you. Your kiss is like the strongest drug in the world to me. You're beyond attractive, beyond cute, beyond perfect. I know it's been rough, but it won't be from now on. I'll be like a loyal dog to you. And you'll be loyal to me too, won't you? We can be on the edge of everything. Good, bad, spectacularly fucked up. I don't care. I want this mess. This pathetic, wonderful, exquisite, dangerous, deadly love to blossom. No matter what the consequences. You understand, don't you? You understand me already better than anyone. Shall we see how deep we can fall, how much we can sink? Down, down, down to the bottom of the deepest, darkest place where desire is just like breathing. Shall we? Haven't you made your choice? Be mine. Unequivocally, unquestionably. Without a single doubt. Yes, that's it. That's it. You've made my day, my year, my life. Now, let me make yours.